Welcome to day 6 of following Alex Hormozi's advice until I reach now from $1 to $10 to next milestone is $100. I just made it back home last night with a fever, and I'm still dealing with the fever right now, literally sweating as I have 2 fans and the AC on, and I'm using like a neural gum stimulation to help me kind of get through this session. But I still wanted to show up as much as I want to be curled up in bed right now. I think to myself what Alex would do, and I'm trying to embody his persona as well as his philosophies, his strategies. And so with that, as I begin to now customize my home environment to allow me to focus and do deep work, this is the beginning of an environment that I can control and can optimize for my really tapping into the Mozi mode. With that, let us begin our first work session, as there's a lot to catch up on, and there's a lot of areas that over the past 2 weeks of traveling I have neglected, and it's all now piled up. So a lot to get through. Let's get going. Oh my goodness, I look sickly, and also I need a shave, and also I feel foggy, and that's why I'm having coffee in the late afternoon, as I've been here getting back to a lot of meetings that I need to set up, as well as structuring more of my workflow, something that gives me a lot of hope for the future, even though I'm not doing well financially right now or on this challenge, is what Alex has done, which is stayed consistent. And later on, when he became a proof of concept, when he has sold a multi-deca-million-dollar exit, then people went back and saw the workflow and saw the boring videos of the past to say, how did he get to that point? And so I'm not worried about these videos right now being either popular or being significant in the current era, but rather someday when I make something out of my story, I believe people will then look at, not even people, let's just say me, out of humility of my own story. Not that I need people to be interested in my story, but I hope that just as Alex has inspired me and millions of others, that in my own way, I can be an example for others that are looking for someone that fits more of their background and life story, and the parallels are much closer, as opposed to someone who was born in America. I was born in the villages of a third world country. And so, I may serve as a closer parallel to someone else. So that's my big mission with this, and I'm looking forward to living up to that. More than the glitz and glamour of extravagant travels, resorts, and fancy feasts, and poolsides and beachfronts, I much prefer these boring settings where not much is happening, and being able to dive into my creativity, my moving things forward, feeling this sense of hope and learning and growing and connecting with my partners around the world to see where we can exchange value and create a win-win situation. And just having this environment, which after 2 weeks of being completely discombobulated in terms of schedule and sleep and not knowing what's going to happen at what time, this is such a blissful feeling and schedule of knowing that I'm in my own bubble here and I can continue to work as long as I want, which I love this video by Alex where he talks about he works as long as he can until he's exhausted, until his productivity dips, and then he takes time to charge, and then he comes back to his work.
I really enjoy working. I don't work on a 7-day calendar. I don't work a certain hour. I work as much as I can until I feel like my rate of output drops precipitously because of fatigue, and then I sleep. Those are the days that I love. And I get a tremendous amount of pushback for saying this.
I just had some flowers delivered for the missus while she's out getting a, as she said, factory reset from the 2 weeks of, I think it was vacation. So she's getting like the manicure, pedicure, facial, hair wash, whatever else stuff. And I'm doing my own factory reset of getting back into my flow of work. But I also want to be mindful of keeping this other dimension of my life, the most important dimension of my, she's literally here in real time. So let's surprise her with the flowers. For you. That's right.
You know what?
What?
I was just thinking about lilies,
Oh?
and that's why I opened the shoebox.
Oh, really? It was on top of the shoebox. I literally got it, and I was just shooting this video saying that, like.
I opened the shoebox and got the green mango.
Oh, that's, you should give that to me. I love green mangoes. So I love green mangoes. Okay. Battery recharged. Back to work. She's showing our cats the flowers. She's smelling? A level of wealth that money cannot buy. Well, except the flowers. The flowers money can buy. But happiness in your relationship is truly wealth. It is my flowers. I love sour mangoes, and this right here. Oh man. If you slice it and add some pink salt and some lemon juice. All right, so I just got done watching a Alex video. It was actually his pinned video on his YouTube channel, which was from 5 months ago. And the title is, If I Started a Business in 2026, I'd do this. And it's a like 18-minute and 24-second video, but I gained so much value from it, so much notes. It took me like 40 minutes to watch it because of
Back and forth.
pausing and going back, taking the notes. And I wanted to share in a few minutes the notes, not just with you and the wifey, but also reiterate those to myself, because as we teach, we learn. So he starts out by saying that if he were to begin business, he would either sell an extremely expensive service to a selected few, or something extremely cheap to everyone. He was saying, if you can, go for the extremely expensive.
Why? Is there profit more?
He used the example of Tesla. Tesla first started, there's a mirror here, so she's extremely occupied with the mirror. He used the example of Tesla, which first came out with their like prototype car, which was a $250,000 model. They only made a selected few of them. And once people bought that and they saw that, okay, Tesla was a reputable brand, Tesla made also a lot of money from selling these expensive cars. And then they made the Model S, something more affordable in the $80,000 range. And then that being a lot more scaling up, then they made a $35,000 car, which was the model.
Now people are using it too much.
Yeah, so the idea is, if you can start at the expensive level, then you can start to scale up on the lower tier services and make that something that other people that can't afford the higher service can get access to.
Why people, like, you have to make sense, like why people should buy the higher services from you?
Great question. Now, one of the key things that he said that I resonated a lot with, of what I can actually implement in my own path, is, what if you don't have a expensive service? He says, start by, he said, one of the simplest ways to create an expensive offer is to sell your time one-on-one.
Person to person?
Yeah, meeting to meeting. And he says he understands that it's unscalable. You can't do that for 100, 1,000 people in a day. You can make a YouTube video and maybe 1,000 people or more will see it, but that is like a cheaper service. No one feels that special.
Exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive, right? So he said, you might complain that, hey, that's not scalable. I feel like an employee. And he says, guess what? And I wrote this down because it was so like mind-opening, which is that every single person on earth earns money per hour. Simply take how much money you made last year and divide that by 2,000 if you're working 40 hours a week, and you'll get a rate of how much you made per hour. And he says, we live in time, we earn in time, which means everyone has an hourly rate. And also, if you are making your dream income, what is your dream income?
Like 10 kuti per month.
10 kuti per month, which is actually $1 million in USD. She's talking about Bangladeshi currency. So $1 million USD a month, if you could make that working with high net worth clients, trading your time, wouldn't that be worth it? He says, just make it worth it. Make it something that's exciting to you as opposed to annoying to you. For the things that you don't want to, if it's not worth the amount of money you want, just make that scalable in terms of videos and things that don't involve your time, but for the money that you want. And another great example he uses is, imagine you have like a service that you charge $100 for that people don't need you. You make some videos, they use a link, they get access to your video courses or something. If you convert 10 people out of 100 people watching, you've made $1,000. But if you also have a service that's 10 times more expensive, $1,000.
For one people?
Yeah, for exclusive one-on-one instead of the video. Because the video gives you instructions and things, but it doesn't hold you accountable. It doesn't answer your immediate questions. It doesn't pertain to your particular situation of like, okay, I want to do this slightly different. How would I do that? Like, you don't get that communication and that interaction and that involvement. And also just having someone like a personal trainer in this particular path makes a big difference in terms of just buying a course or going through some videos as opposed to actually doing it and getting the results, which is what people want. People want the results, not the sense of I did something. It's like you can go to the gym for 3 months, 3 years and not be having the results, as opposed to in 8 months of consistent training with a trainer, you get the results. So 10 people out of 100 buy your $100 course. And then you also offer a one-on-one service for 10 times more, $1,000. And if, let's say, 5 people take that service, then you would have made $5,000 from 5 people versus $1,000 from 10 people.
Yeah.
So he's saying, by having a more expensive service, even if a select few, and you never know who's gonna do what, there are people with more money to spend than our limiting beliefs will imagine. Right now, you might not be able to imagine someone spending $10,000 for something you offer, or if someone has paid you that, $100,000.
I saw a video of an influencer who was like going for a like person-to-person casting for Victoria's Secret, and she spent $10,000 for 2 weeks of preparation.
That actually seems cheap. 2 weeks of preparation for $10,000 for a Victoria's Secret runway?
Yeah, like a audition.
An audition to be a Victoria's Secret model. I mean, that is actually, I can see that as being a great service, something, I mean, because if you can become a Victoria's Secret model, so many other opportunities open up for you. So, definitely worth it.
And now she's selling that after giving the audition. She like, results is not out, but now she's selling that course in 100 to her followers.
Oh, she's selling for $100? Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that probably doesn't involve her talking to the person one-on-one. It's just, here's my video course that has most of what I teach, or even all of what I teach. But if you want to work with me, then it's more expensive. One great example of going from a scalable service, or having a scalable service and adding on a private, exclusive one-on-one is when Alex had a gym, he would do group training sessions. And that would be how he would train everyone. He didn't do one-on-one. But there was a particular client who, for whatever reason, his schedule or some other extra attention that he needed, who also had the money, said he'd be willing to pay a much higher rate for one-on-one service 5 times a week. And that one client paying Alex in cash for the month made him as much money as the entire gym's profit. And what that allowed him to do is live on this one client's payment and reinvest the gym's revenue back to scaling up his business.
Oh.
So this is the power of having a higher exclusive
Now we
premium
need
service.
our first client.
Yeah, but also like that also requires us to become competent at something and seeing their problems and being able to have the proof that we can solve it, either by demonstrating that we've done it for ourselves, demonstrating that we've done it for other clients, and thus we can do it for them. And he also states many benefits from working with clients one-on-one. You get to discover what is the problems of your client base, your avatar of people that you're trying to serve. If you get to communicate, it's like, oh, they're stuck here, they're facing this problem. Oh, I didn't realize that they couldn't do this. I thought that wasn't obvious. And once you start figuring those out, you can lay that out in a more scalable structure like a video course or a PDF or some other teachable, duplicatable system. Then if you didn't know, like if you talked to or worked with 10 or 100 individual clients solving their problems, you would have a deep understanding. Like, oh, I saw this problem with this other client, I know how to solve it for them. Or lay out, here are the common problems that that everyone's facing, and here's how to solve it. So, oh, by the way, I gotta show you something very interesting. I don't know if you knew this. The acquisition logo, he said in this video, which was quite a surprising discovery for me. You see the logo? It is a representation of what Alex believes to be the 2 most powerful concepts in business. One is the triangle in the back is for the concept of leverage, because there's a concept of the fulcrum. So if you do this, do this, yeah. So and then if you put a stick or some sort of bar here, and then you have something heavy on there, and you push down on here, it will go up. The longer this is, the more heavy stuff that you can lift. So that is the power of leverage. Leverage in business is like reaching a lot of people at once or servicing many people at the same time. And the other, the cross here, is the supply and demand curve. As supply decreases, goes down, demand increases.
Oh, wow.
So that, and the reason why he mentioned this in this particular video, of all the Alex videos I saw, I never knew that the A for acquisitions was a representation of these 2 business concepts. The reason why he mentioned this in this particular video is because your time is a fixed supply. Even if you work 24 hours a day, which is impossible in terms of directly working with clients, let's say you work like 12 hours a day even, that is a fixed 12 hours. Meaning, as you get better at your craft, more people start to see, more people get in line to work with you. Then by force, you're required to overcome the fear and the limiting belief of raising your price. Would people be willing to pay 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times more? Well, if there's a list of 100 or 1,000 people waiting, some people definitely would pay. There's so many times where I'm like, man, like whether it's like at an airport, or remember at the when we were waiting for the luggage last night, I was saying, man, I wish there was a service that you could just pay someone to get your luggage from the carousel and deliver it to your home, because we ended
so that
up,
you can just direct come to home.
leave and you know, like, which, do they have that? I feel like they should. There's a lot of people that would be willing to pay for stuff that if someone would just offer, people would be willing to pay. As your demand increases and your supply is fixed, you can then increase your pricing and get more rates or just higher rates. And altogether, what he's trying to say at the heart of it all, the more money you make by having a premium service, the more you can increase the overall experience and the value to your clients and customers and have them be raving fans because you had the money to serve them better. So people love to have a premium experience, and you can't do that with average or marginal price
Skills.
points.
Oh yeah.
And that is a big shift. Of course, create something scalable for the people that can't afford your top level, but have a top level that is a 5x, 10x of your current service, which right now, I don't have a service. But as I start to develop myself, as I start to work with clients one-on-one for even just the $10 or whatever amount that at the current price point I'm at right now, to do their social media evaluation, I can find areas where I can help them improve in my particular industry, and then I can do that for enough people where I can put a lot of tools and services and show results of what I've done for them, and then charge $100.
Yeah.
And then 500 and then beyond. So this is the beginning of opening up my mind. This is the first of many videos that I will be diving deep into to share the lessons and my practical takeaways so that I can better distill them into my own brain and my own schedule, so that I can show you the results of following Alex's advice and the results that it's having in my business and in my life.
Yeah,
with that, we'll end with the final bit of news for today, which is we saw that Layla was pregnant. How do you feel about that?
Disturbing.
Disturbing.
No, I'm happy for
Yeah.
them. Like
When I first showed her, she thought it was an
I was telling him that that's AI, bro. What are you talking about? That's AI, and he's like, no, it's from her face.
It was from her YouTube, and then you went to her Instagram to see
Yeah, and
that
I
it
was like, okay.
Man, that
So
is.
when are we having baby?
Oh, when we make 100 million. Okay, so it was quite it's definitely a growth in his evolution. It'll be cool to see how he steps into that role.
Yeah, he took Tony Robbins seriously.
Oh, even though he took down that video. Yeah, maybe that's what converted him. He's like, wait, don't fuck happiness, fuck suffering? What? Anyway, let Alex be who he is and live how he wants. It's been a wonderful day being back at home, extremely grateful, and looking forward to getting more into the routine of these sorts of...
Yeah, and we have gym tomorrow.
Oh man, looking forward to that. So with that, we'll catch you on the next of these daily vlogs.
Peace.